Hello all, welcome to another live stream. So today we are going to do another Pokemon from the Johto region, okay? This time it will be Entei. It's a little bit trickier also to design, but I guess it will be also fun. Keep up with me to see how this will come out, okay? I guess I'll just going to put down this thing here, okay. Oh. Yeah, but now that's not let me just do the opposites. Okay. Well, let's go. For now, we are using our trustworthy tattoo machine, our Dragonhawk Year of the Horse with 2.5mm stroke, 5 volts, and with that we have also our cartridge, ballpoint pen cartridge, okay. And as with always, we used to start with top areas and the darkest one, so this area should be a lot darker. So we'll just start here with this, okay? Let's go. So this area, this section here should be really dark, almost black. So you have to fill out everything here, okay? This is really sunny today, so against all odds the sun came out, which is nice, but not as much for for the contents. It's creating a lot of harsh shadows here, as you can see. So we are going to pack, as I said here, this whole area in black. Okay. Now we have to we'll have to deal here with the oops, okay. I'm not liking at all this setup here. Let me just adjust here a little bit. I don't know if okay. Just a little bit brighter. Now we are going to make this area a little bit like in a medium tone, okay? And this one like in a light tone. This should be like a highlight here, but since the whole area that we are doing here, it's way darker, it won't be like a highlight. We are going to use like a light tone just to differentiate. Okay. And now today I'm also experimenting a slight different aesthetic here, okay? I used to try to merge and do like a really soft fade into every single transition, let's say. And today we are not going to do that. We are going just to like fill the areas, like if there's like a light tone area, it will be just light tone, and if the other completely adjacent to that, it's like a medium or a really dark, it will be really dark or medium. It won't be like any fade into from those areas, and this is just like an experience. Honestly, I much rather do those fades, but I'm also wanting to test to see how this will work this way. You know, just for the outline here. Well, I'm saying this, but eventually, as long as I'm doing this, if I see that I'm not liking it at all, eventually I'll just try to fade everything out. But for now, I'm just testing to see what could look like if I would just like really separate every single tone, you know. Like here should be like a medium. And down here, more dark one. Okay. And right here we have like a really light, and here a highlight. And even here on the highlights or on the light areas, we are going to leave it. No. I was thinking I was going to leave it as a single directional dots, but I don't like it at all. Yeah. I have at least to do some cross-hatching to uniformize everything a little bit more. Okay, it's beginning to look something here. Okay. Now for another lights area here, okay. We have here some highlights, so we are not going to touch them. Now that cross-hatching just to hide a little bit the direction of the dots. I really don't like to see the direction really exposed, you know. I think that it just looks a little bit lazy. Just pushing manually some dots here and there, just not to overdo this section, because this should be like a light area. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now going for the medium tone. And this, as I said before, this is mainly like a test to see how it would look like if I would just do these different shadings, like you know, a defined wall between them, you know, like without having any kind of fading into one another. Okay. I much rather prefer to do those fadings, those fades, but I also would like to see how it would turn out, you know. Because this is like with a regular street outdoor, you know. Like if you look closer, it's like a huge mess. You don't almost understand nothing, you know. But if you go a little bit away, that makes completely sense and seems perfect, you know. So what I'm trying to do here is like, with this type of situation, most probably if you would look really closer, it wouldn't look that great, because if you pick up like any other design I did, like which would have like those fades, like for instance this one, you know, like you have here, for instance, a really slow fade into the tone, and all over almost the whole thing. For me, I like it way better, but this, for looking like closely, it's way better, it's way more appealing to me. But if you look a little bit farther away, like 2 meters away or so, I'm trying to take that test, you know, with this one, trying to do this artwork like with this really visible steps between each tone, and we'll see then if we take it a little bit farther away, in a little bit more of a distance zone, if it would read better or not. That's the thing for today, or that's my test for today, let's say it. This is a cool little character. And here we have a really high highlight. So here we won't mess with anything at all. We'll just do like the back side of it. Which is like in a medium tone. Hello, yes, it's Entei. Winston Churchill. Yeah. I also love this style when I tattoo, that's why I'm doing this. I'm a tattoo artist, so I also enjoy a lot this kind of work. You can bring like a somewhat realistic design even with these dots. Here just a little shadow. Okay. Also here. Yeah, sorry, very meta card. Nice. If I do many of this type, like what? Like like designs like this, or many tattoos with this kind of aesthetic? Okay, nice, Alex. I didn't knew that they are constantly like releasing new ones. Is that right? Okay, okay. Didn't you? I guess I've already installed once the game on my phone, I guess, but don't know why it didn't really draw me. But as I already said before, I'm not a lot into games, so. And if it's not like a really simple mini game, I don't see that much of an interest. Yeah, I bet. So today would be like a nice time to start playing, right? Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, like the regular ones, you know, like the physical ones. They also have like 5 cards, right? In each pack. So this top part is done. Okay. So I think I go now towards the face. Outlining it for now. Yeah, but you know, today I'm doing something a little bit different because I'm just trying to do the shading a little bit different than what I used to do. Like usually like if I use mostly like around 3-4 tones of black, right? Like a light, a medium dark, and a really dark. But between those tones, I usually fade them into one another, right? And that usually takes a lot of time to... Okay, yeah, I can lower it down a little bit, no problem. I usually fade them into one another, but today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm just like filling each spot like within like walls, you know, without fading, just to see how it would look this way. Okay, like if certain area is like light tone, it will be just light tone, and if their area adjacent would be like dark tone, it will be really dark. It won't be like any fade between the tones. It will be a little bit more harsh, of course, but I'm just trying to see how it looks. Just an experience. Just an experiment. Yeah. Yeah, like I already know it will be way harsher than usual, but I would like to see how it really would look like. So, since these are not like properly, these are just like tests and practice stuff, there's no problem at all. On doing this kind of experiences, you know. Okay. Not looking manly. Well, I wanted here like a like a more dynamic pose, you know. Like I was looking for different poses of Entei, and it was like just the like those static ones, you know, and I would like a little bit more dynamic. Honestly, I don't know if I got him from Pinterest or if I don't know if it was like AI or Pinterest, I don't know. Honestly, I already have like this design on my iPad for a while, and was just sitting there, and I thought, well, why not? This actually, it's a Pokemon from the Johto region, so why not? So this area should be a little bit darker. Okay, and here a little bit lighter, not that lighter, but a little bit. Yeah. What about you? What you're going to do today? I bet there's a lot of it, no? So here in Portugal yesterday we had like a weather, like a red flag. No, I don't know, I didn't know if it was red. No, it was like a orange alert on the weather, because the winds were would come like to 140 kilometers an hour, and all the coastal areas are like no one could go even near the sea, you know, for obvious reasons. So we don't have snow, but like in those like really harsh rains and we do have a lot those, which I hate, honestly. I would much prefer, yeah, I would much prefer like freezing cold weather than rain. Rain is the absolute worst. Yeah, 140 something kilometers or hour. It's insane. Yeah. If tattoo artists do tattoo removal, well, most of them could do, yeah, eventually. I don't do it. I don't have the. I don't have the knowledge. No, it's not like a medical procedure. Well, it could be understood as one, of course, but it's not a proper like medical procedure. If I would like, I could have like I could do like a small course on tattoo removal, and then just needed to buy the machine, buy the laser machine, and I could do it in my studio. But I just don't do it because, well, here in Portugal there's not a lot of people actually doing that, you know, or wanting to do that. People here much prefer like covering if they are not pleased with a specific tattoo, they would much prefer to cover it up with something else than properly like remove it. Yes, it's with a laser. I already had like clients that came to me to with like specific ideas, and like they had like a mess, like a really a real mess tattoo, and they were like they would wanted to cover it up. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. Yes, that's like a full, like a really, well, you have like several sizes, of course, but they are quite expensive. I guess they could retail, I don't want to say mistakes, but I guess it could go like around 3,000 euros, more like on that level. It's expensive. And yeah, and as I said, like, I don't know if like the return would be that significant, you know, because as I said, most people here don't like that parts. They much rather prefer to cover it up with something else than remove it. And there's already a lot of people doing that. A pen, like a like a tattoo pen with the option to erase tattoos, right? That would be fun. Well, that would honestly that would help a lot. Tattoo artists, if you know, like if we could like erase stuff. Now the sun came out really harsh. But at least now I just configured my camera to to put it on automatic, so I don't have to mess all the time with the aperture and whatnot. Okay, so it's a little bit easier for me. At least that. Just checking out if the stream is all nice. Okay. Well, it's a lot, honestly. And the sessions, from what I heard, I never did one, but from what I heard, the sessions are really, really painful. And it's almost like a tattoo, you have to let the skin rest as well. Because you are blasting. Well, you are blasting like those really powerful laser beams into the skin, and it traumatizes the skin, right? So you have to really let it rest for a month at least. It's almost the same as a tattoo recovery system, you know? It hurts more than a tattoo. It hurts way more than a tattoo, and you also have to go through all the procedure you will have to endure on with a tattoo recovery, you know. That's not very fun. No, it's not a vape. It's like a heated cigarette. I can't stand vapes. Like vape are, I already tried. I tried like the first ones who came out. I tried those. You could see really like the liquid. No, but they are not banned in Portugal. At least not yet. That you still could see like the liquid. Do you know, or do you remember those? There were like those vapes, and I tried them. Like I did like 2 hits with those, and my throat was like almost immediately like ruined, you know. Well, the difference is like this like doesn't burn, you know, just hits. It doesn't go to really burning the cigarette. It just hits to a level where like you have like the all the stuff, like the nicotine powered off. Yeah, it's IQOS. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I've tested, I've experienced those, and those like those early ones, like I think that was really ready to kill you, or at least destroy your throats. And the fun thing is like I have like a family member. It's not like really my family member. It's like a family member of my girlfriend. Like he started. He's like a somewhat. No, it contains tobacco. It contains all. It's almost all the things that you have like in the cigarette, in the regular cigarette, you know. But just without burning. Yeah, that's the only difference, honestly. I just use that. Well, I honestly I smoke regular cigs, you know. But for doing this type of stuff here, I don't like to smoke inside the house. So yeah, it's quite common, unfortunately. Yes. Not nowadays. It's a little bit better between the young people, because I guess they are more alert to those kind of stuff than we were in my generation, you know. So honestly, nowadays things are a little bit more controlled. But within my age range, let's say, a lot of us, it's quite common to have people smoking, you know. And I started smoking really old, you know, like, well, old. It's not like a usual age to start smoking. Like I started smoking like when I was 18, I guess. No, it was like 19 or 20, which is absurd. But yeah, I just smoked this thing here because it doesn't really leave that scent, that smell that a regular cigar leaves. Because like the regular ones, I don't really like to smoke inside my house. Do you have European Most likely, well, yes, we do have. We do have like Portuguese cigarette brands. Yeah, it's like Português suave. It's like smooth Portuguese. Thank you very much, the Max Music. Nice. The ASMR trash. I like it. As I said before, like today I'm doing something a little bit different, you know. I'm just this is not like the usual, how I usually shade. This is like an experiment because I'm I'm not doing any fades into the tones. I'm just placing the tones exactly that like they should be, you know, without any fades between them. I'm not really liking it that much, honestly. But it's a test. This area, it's really dark. So I finally was able to tune my camera into not needing to constantly changing the aperture or correcting it. I've not used I guess I never used in this camera like the auto mode, so that was some novelty to me. I didn't even knew how to how to put everything in auto. Okay. Now here on the paw, his leg, this should be really dark. Also this one. Okay. Really pushing here the tones. Trying to create a lot of contrast between the rest of the face to push the face forward, right? Okay, some really dark tones in here. And now here we'll have also a dark, not as dark as this, as the last one, but a little bit dark as well. And here, let's spread first base layer, cross hatch it. Okay. Now here for this, like kind of bracelets or shackle, I don't know. Let me just check here. how everything is going out. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's check. I didn't even check Twitch if it's running okay. Let me just check it. Okay, it's perfectly fine as well. And kick. I guess so. Yeah, also fine. Nice. Let's keep going. Oops, okay. Yeah, let's keep going. So this shackle, it's also a lot dark. Has a lot of dark here. But it also has here a highlight. It won't be a really highlight. I'm just going to stipple really lightly. Just to make some difference between the rest. Here we'll have some really dark tone. Okay. Nice. And here on the paw, this area is fully black as well, like really black. So, for my American viewers out there, what you guys are thinking on the current state of the world as it is, all this nonsense, all these invasions and whatnot. It's a mess, isn't it? So here, medium tone. Okay. Now this, no. Ah, god damn it. The sun is moving a lot. It's not. Okay. So we are like in 60% or so. It's coming out. This area is also in the really dark. Also this one. Okay. So here we just hear this thing. Okay. Right. This is almost all black here. But yeah, I guess I could label my my stuff a little bit as a ASMR, right? But due to the huge amount of people doing that kind of stuff, I don't know if it would help me or or hurt me even more. Just doing here a little dark tone, and then we'll have like a full black down here. Okay. It's creating here some more contrasty areas here and there. The face looks a little bit too flat, you know. Okay. Here we'll just have like a dark tone, not a completely black, just a dark one. And the rest will be like a light medium. Scratching it. Okay. Right. So what? Well, this is a this is like a tattoo machine. It's not like it's a tattoo machine. And this here is a cartridge. It's a ballpoint pen cartridge. Okay. So we use I use this kind of stuff to draw on paper. So it's a real tattoo machine, but instead of having needles, it has like a ink cartridge to be able to do this on paper. You are saying about the, but like the comments, they aren't on the, they don't cover the design, right? They are just on beside, like near my face, aren't they? At least that's what's supposed to, they are supposed to be. Or at least I place the comment section there. Now medium light shade. Really? Okay, let me just hide them. What about now? Oh, sorry. Okay. What about now? Yeah, I know. I know it. But the problem here is like, since I'm like multi-streaming, you know, I know that I could get a little bit bigger, get the design to be a little bit in camera, but since I'm multi-streaming, I had to. But the comments I already disabled the on-screen comments. They aren't supposed to appear any comments at all on screen. Let me check here. Sorry. Yeah. Here it doesn't. I'm checking on YouTube, and here it doesn't appear comments at all. But as what I was saying, I have to leave a little bit of room, because since I'm multi-streaming also to Twitch, since I'm streaming also to Twitch and Kick, and they run like some horizontal stuff, I have to leave a little bit of room so I can crop it. They are there. Well, so I'm sorry, but honestly I don't know what to do more, because I already removed the comments from appearing, and if they are still there, probably there's some glitch, I don't know. I honestly can't do much more right now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but right now they are still appearing. Yeah, not a vibration. It's like the tattoo machine. It has like the motion. It goes right up and down, right? So it retracts and protrudes the needle. In this case, not the needle. It's like the vibration thing. It's the pen thing. However, yeah, that's like that. I don't like place the tip really against the paper. You know, it's like a little bit like floating. It is like 1 millimeter away from the paper. You know, and you get like a result like this. Maxime. I understood almost everything. I'm sorry, my French is terrible, terrible. But honestly, I don't understood the last stuff. Thank you. Well, this kind of stuff is mostly used to people starting out on tattooing, so they learn and they get used to the machine, you know, the feel of the machine, the vibration. However, I found like I'm a tattooer. I'm a 5-year-old experienced tattooist, but I figured like this could be a really fun thing to do, to create content, you know, because I always wanted to create some content around the tattooing thing, but there's always like a little bit of problem when you deal with customers, right? So, and not most of the cases, but there are a lot of cases that the tattoo it's in a more delicate spot, and so since I don't shoot, I don't film, don't live stream those tattoos, I just use this to create content. Thank you, Maxime. And this is a little bit harsher, this piece, because this is an experiment that I remember to do right now. It's like I remember that just like to let me test how it would look like if I would just shade everything like in a blocks, let's say it, because most of my work has like fades between the shades, you know. Like for instance, this one, what I'm doing right here, I have like black, a mid-tone and a light tone, right? So usually what I most likely would do was like to create a fade between the whole tones, so it doesn't seem like separate, you know. But that's what I most used to do. but this time I just went for, well, let's try, let's see how it would look, just to separate every single tone, just to see. But honestly, I'm not enjoying a lot how it's coming out. I guess tomorrow I'll return for my with my usual way of doing things. And yeah, but yes, this is mostly used for people starting out, and yeah, I figured this could be interesting. It was either this or doing like tattooing in fake skin, you know, like in silicone skin. But the problem with that is that just creates a huge mess, you know. And I really enjoy it. Thank you. Have you seen my other works? I can show you if you want, a couple of them, just so you know, so you can see what I'm talking about, you know. For instance, like this one, see, it's a little bit more homogeneous, right? It doesn't have like that many harsh contrasts, right? More realistic, let's say. Yeah. Like a couple of them just to show you what I was saying. Honestly, I like much more this kind of stuff, more, well, somewhat more realistic. But and if you compare like this, it seems a little bit too harsh. The different tones, they are a little bit like some kind of like a color book, you know, like paint by numbers, you know. I honestly didn't like this as much as I thought it would be. So however, tattooing, it's actually a little bit like paint by numbers, right? Because because when you from the design, when the design is ready, you just need to follow what's there. If I can do color, like apply the same stuff but with color, yes I can. There are not a lot of cartridges like this in color, and the colors that they are available, they are not like really interesting, honestly. But I could, yes. However, I just do this like in this black and gray shade, just because it's similar to tattoo, right? And also another point of me doing this, it's like all these designs that I'm doing right now, they are also available to be tattooed, you know. So when someone sees a design ready here, they already can mostly approximate how it would come out on a real tattoo, right? It would be similar to this. A little bit more intricate because here the tip I'm using on this ballpoint pen cartridge is a little bit larger than a proper needle, so it would be a little bit more delicate, let's say, but well, similar enough. Your brother used to do tattoo? Okay, nice, nice. Why did he stop? Was he a victim of the current times as well? Things are really tough for tattooing. Oh, okay, sorry to hear that. That is the nice thing about our work, you know. Like our work doesn't last forever because, well, since people are marked in the skin, eventually those people will also die. So. But at least you have your work going around, and that's really cool. That's a really nice thing. Sorry for hearing that. Yeah, nice. I guess you appreciate it a lot. Well, I can also tell you, like, not obviously that's not the same thing, obviously, but I have a whole bunch of tattoos on my body, and no doubt that the one that hello, all good? I'm doing Entei. It's like a legendary Pokémon from the Johto region. But I was saying that I have a whole bunch of tattoos on me, but within every single one I do have, there's one, and it's a really small one, that I mostly appreciated, and it was done by my son. Oh, okay. Okay, I bet there's a really tough time, right? It was really recent, since it was like his birthday. These times are never easy. Looks better than the anime. Thank you. Well, the drawing it's not mine, okay? I was telling earlier to Alex I don't even recollect, I don't even remember if this was from... No, she doesn't do tattoos. He's 7 years old, but since he watched his father like doing tattoos almost his life, he was always like with the thing like, well, when I'm big, when I grow up, I want to be also a tattoo artist and whatnot, right? And I always told him that I would teach him to tattoo when he was like around 10 years old or so. But then, actually, in some day, like a year ago, he draws a lot, and he did like a design, like a strawberry design that I really liked it. You know, it was really cool. And I was looking at that, and well, let me grab this. I will save it for later because I really liked this one. Well, of course it's a child design, you know, but I really like that. And there was like one day that he had to stay home, and I had to be with him here at home, and I was just thinking like, well, what the hell? I just went to the studio, grabbed my stuff, and went home with him. And I was saying like, well, today you are going to tattoo that. And he was thinking like I was joking or like tattooing, but like with a pen, you know, like a regular pen. And then I started like prepping everything, like doing the actual prep for the tattoo. And he was like looking at me like, that for real? Like, are you really letting me tattoo you? Yeah, that's it. That's what I was saying. Like, you have this drawing, let's do it. And yeah, he started doing. He did like in a pointillism style, you know. It wasn't like lining properly because pointillism there is a little bit easier for beginners. And at starting he was really anxious about everything, you know, like about hurting me, or he was really scared. So I started like grabbing his hands, and where he was like putting the dots, I was start like grabbing his hand. And just like for almost the ending, I was saying to him like, well, now can I let it go? Can I let go my hand from yours? And he was like, oh, no, not yet, no. Okay. So he started. I just simply and quietly started taking away my hands, and he just did the rest all by himself. And yeah. So of course that no matter how many tattoos I could have right now, that one will always be like probably, I don't know if it will be my favorite, but because I already promised him, and also my daughter, it's a little bit younger, so each one will have a leg from me to try and to test their skills. So I can't say that will be my favorite, but no doubt it will be in my mind for the whole time. Yeah, that was cool. I also usually, when I tattoo, like I have a lot of people coming to my to my shop with their kids, like mothers. I do mostly tattoos on women, and I usually, if I see that it's something like if it's something that it's possible, if that's not like things really detailed or really tiny, if it's something that it could be possible, I always ask the women to know if they want their kids to do a little bit of tattoo. I'm Carlos. I'm from Portugal. And it's always fun because they, at first... Nice to meet you, Christina. At first they are a little bit scared, like, oh, I don't know, and just reassure them, like, well, it won't be like an issue, it won't be a thing, honestly, because this area is this or that, or eventually could be like an area a little bit more open, so it's easier to place some dots or some shading. Then the kids become really ecstatic, right? Like they adore it. They wear some. I give them some gloves. They all start up, and they do like a couple of things, and they are just like delighted. That's really cool. Because like I was thinking, like if I wasn't a tattoo artist, I also would like to my kid like do something on me, right? It's something, well, it's interesting, right? It's fun. Okay, nice. Where in the US? Is there a lot of snow where you are? California, okay. Oh, yeah, of course. So you are in California, Christina, so you have there like really nice weather, right? Not those raining and snow stuff around. Yeah, that's really cool. That's the thing that's really cool in the US, that you have like a whole country that almost seems like a continent, you know? You have almost everything you could want there. You want snow? Okay, you got snow. You want really hot stuff or weather? You also have it. That's really cool. Yeah, 70 degrees, it's Fahrenheit, right? I honestly don't know how the conversion, I don't know how is there in terms of Celsius. So now, just checking, just darken up a little bit here, this part of the face, because the face seems a little bit too flat. Yeah. Okay, 21 Celsius, okay. It's 4 a.m. there. Oh, here it's almost, it's noon. Here in Portugal it's noon. So, yeah, it's noon. So, guys, it's finished. Honestly, I didn't love as much as the usual way as I tend to shade. I much prefer the more smooth approach to this. Well, 3 p.m. not that far, right? It's only like 3 hours away, so. So it's done. Didn't love it, but it's done. And this is mostly experiences, so no problem at all on not liking it. No, I'm also talking to here Paul on Twitch because I'm multi-streaming. Oh, okay. Not smooth. Yeah, like it's not that smooth. Like the transitions between the between everything, you know, between the shades, they are not as smooth as it could be. It could be way smoother. I would never, if it wasn't like for this experience, I would never leave this as it is, you know, like really black, and then all of a sudden you have like a really different tone, you know. I would like fade it a little bit more, so it could appear like in a more smoother way, you know. But well, it is what it is. So it was a test, and that's fine with it. So tomorrow there's another live around the same hours. Okay, right here. Yeah. So again, tomorrow we are here for around tomorrow we are here for another another live stream. So thank you for being there. It was a joy, it was a pleasure, as always. Thank you for you guys who are commenting and keeping me company. I really appreciate it. Okay. Thank you all. And see you tomorrow, if you want. I'm here. I'll be here around the same time. So thank you very much. And if you also want to help me out, please leave a like and a subscription or a follow. I'll also appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Keep safe. Have a nice night's sleep if you have to. No, nice to meet you.